Deep breath.
Cutting their vision.
My tower is destroyed.
Shadows traveling.
Our spike's down.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Camera taken out.
Enemy spotted C. Pathetic. Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
Resource.
Shadows
Thrifty.
traveling. I need nothing to win. I feel like myself. Catch them again.
Had her men digging a huge trench, and when her men arrived with the Drevlian ambassadors, she ordered them to dump the boat and all the men on board into this huge hole. She then orders them to bury these messengers alive. The Drevlians can do nothing as dirt is slowly piled on them, and soon they're buried alive. But Olga was just getting started. She then sends her own messengers to Koristan to ask Prince Mal to send his most distinguished men to Kiev to escort his soon-to-be bride.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
There they are. Gone. Put down. My ultimate is ready.
Here.
Spike planted.
Blinding.
Enemy spotted A.
Deploying drone.
Cover going out.
Deployed.
One enemy remaining. Reloading. Feeling felt. Team Ace.
They were blind.
Shadows traveling. I will take back what is mine.
The Drevlians, not knowing what happened to the first group, comply and send a party of lords and powerful men as escorts. When they arrive in Kiev, Olga tells these distinguished guests to relax in a bathhouse her men had prepared and that she would meet with them after they've freshened up. Her men lead the Drevlian nobles to the bathhouse, and once they're in, her men lock the doors and set the bathhouse and all the men inside.
Deploying drone.
Enemy spotted.
Reloading.
Right here.
Shadows traveling.
Reloading.
Cover going out.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Revealing area.
Spike. Still
Feeling
set.
felt.
Here.
There.
Reloading.
On fire.
One enemy
Then sends
remaining.
more messengers to Koristan, asking Prince Mal to prepare for her arrival. She has one request. She wants a feast to mourn her late husband before the marriage. The Drevlians, again, not really knowing what's going on in
I
Kiev,
must wait
prepare
a
a
moment.
grand feast for Olga. She arrives, the party begins, and she encourages the Drevlians to drink and mourn with her. They do, and by the end of the night, the Drevlians are all properly hammered. Olga then orders her men to begin
Standing.
killing the now drunk and defenseless
I am
Drevlians.
Prometheus.
Surprise! Her men were sandbagging their drinks the whole night and were stone cold sober. Historians say Olga was seen cheering her men on as they went around slaughtering thousands of Drevlians, including Prince Mal himself. Olga then returned to Kiev to raise an army to finish them off once and for all. The Drevlians finally catch the hint that Olga maybe wasn't too fond of them when she returned to Koristan with a massive army and began a siege on the city. For over a year, the citizens of Koristan suffered with little food or supplies, until finally Olga sends a message.
Cover going out. Blinding. Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted A. Reloading. Here.
Flank, careful flank, Sova.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy in attacker spawn.
Cover going out.
Defeated. My ult is ready.
My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining.
We go easy on them. They will never learn.
Just saying basically, if you just pay your tribute, this can all be over. Having been already fooled 3 times, and not really wanting to be fooled again, the Drevlians say they will pay the tribute, but are scared that Olga will still kill them. She responds and was like, oh,
Shadows traveling.
I am the hunter!
oh, I know I got a little crazy there after Igor, but it's fine now. Just send me 3 pigeons and 3 sparrows from each
my
house
eyes are
and I'll
down.
go away. The Drevlians think this is a weird request, but are so
Last player
relieved as their
standing.
nightmares finally coming to an end that they quickly go out and
destroyed.
find the birds to give her. That night, Olga has her men tie a small piece of sulfur bundled in cloth to each bird's leg. They set fire to the cloth and release the birds
Don't
into the
forget
night.
who you are.
Olga and her men watch
Amen.
1,000 tiny embers fly off into the distance, and the birds go straight to their nests built on buildings in Koristan. Within hours, the entire city is a fiery hellscape. Olga watched the city burn to the ground and later claimed all Drevlian territory for herself. So yeah, they really should have just paid the tribute. Number 2, Caesar and the Pirates.
Let's fly.
This next story is one where I
Cover going out.
Cutting their vision.
Shadows
Cutting their vision.
traveling.
Where is everyone hiding?
Blinding.
What the fuck, bro? Why you...
Scanning ahead.
actually
Wait
feel
a moment.
kind of a little sorry for the
You
would-be
should
bad
run.
guys. It's the year 75
Enemy
BCE, and a
spotted.
25-year-old Roman nobleman named Julius Caesar was sailing the Aegean Sea heading to Rhodes. Along the way, his ship is boarded by Sicilian pirates, and Julius is taken captive. Now, becoming a hostage is usually a terrifying situation for most people, but in this
Player
case,
standing.
I think the pirates knew right from the
enemy
start
remaining.
they might have made a huge mistake. The pirates take a look at Caesar with his fancy clothes and entourage and realize he's probably somebody important. So they set a ransom for 20 talents, worth around $2 million today, give or take $1 million. When Caesar hears this number, he's offended and demands that they up the ransom to 50 talents. He sends his entourage to gather the money to buy his freedom, and he would remain as the pirates' hostage until they came back with the money. The pirates then sail off with Caesar and just a few of his men to their island hideout. Now, aboard the pirate ship, Caesar simply refuses to be a prisoner. In fact, the entire time he's held hostage, he acts as if they were all on his ship, and these pirates are his men. He freely walks around the ship, eats with the pirates, joins in on their games, and even exercises with them.
The hunt begins.
Enemy spotted A.
Enemy spotted C.
Scanning ahead.
Shadows traveling.
Reloading.
Camera taken out.
Planted.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
He shushes them to be quiet when they're being noisy, and every day he forces them to listen to the speeches and poems he's working on. And that is why the Senate's power is but an illusion, maintained merely by tradition and weak men. Rome needs a leader who can see beyond petty politics and guide her to true greatness, perhaps even by force if necessary. You guys are all fucking idiots, aren't you? The pirates were confused, as they never had a prisoner behave in such a strange way. But they put up with Caesar because he was kind of charismatic, and he was also kind of their ticket to a huge payday. It's also worth mentioning that throughout his time as a hostage, Caesar would joke that one day he would crucify them all for this.
Deploying drone.
Cover going out.
Get out of my way! Here.
Cover going out. Blinding.
Revealing area.
Lock in sight. Enemy spotted C.
Shot down.
No charges left.
Once you guys let me go, I'm gonna find you guys and crucify every single one of you. I'm totally serious. You're all gonna be so sorry. 38 days later, Caesar's men return with the 50 talents, and Caesar is set free. The pirates sail back to their island base with their huge jackpot, drunk, having achieved financial independence. Caesar, however, did no such relaxing, and immediately he goes out, raises a small army, and sails right back to the pirates' island. He takes back the 50 talents his men had just given them for the ransom, and captures every single one of the pirates who held him captive. Caesar then crucified all of them, just like he promised. To Caesar's credit, he actually did grow a little fond of these pirates, so he slit their throats first to prevent them from suffering for a long time. What a nice guy. Number 3, the 47 Ronin. We go from pirates who were too dumb to know what was coming to a story of extreme loyalty when 47 samurai patiently waited for 2 years to avenge the death of their fallen master. This story begins in 1701 with two young daimyo named Kame and Asano, and a man named Kira, a member of the shogun's court tasked with instructing the two young lords in proper etiquette. Now, Kira, he was a giant douchebag, but because he was close to the shogun, he basically could get away with anything. The story goes that when Kame and Asano traveled to
Watch this!
There.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted A.
Nowhere to run!
Cover going out. Watch them run. No.
Deploy destroyed.
Planted.
Edo, the two young lords brought gifts, aka bribes, that Kira felt were not big enough. So Kira pretty much spends every day calling them names and overall being a giant asshole.
Last player
Both young lords
standing.
were not used to being treated so poorly, but Asano does his best to maintain his composure. Kame, on the other hand, can't take it and decides to assassinate Kira himself. His counselors catch wind of this plan, and behind Kame's back pay Kira a huge bribe for him to stop. With this, Kira unknowingly saves his own life, and he begins to treat Kame much better. Asano, on the other hand, never got the memo about the bribe thing, and so Kira, now left with only one target, ramped up his insults in his direction. One fateful day, while walking together in Edo Castle, Kira is still running his mouth calling Asano a country hick with no manners. Asano finally snaps, He pulls out a knife and slashes at Kira, trying to shut him up for good, but he only manages to cut Kira's face before he's quickly stopped by castle guards.
For you.
Drawing a weapon within Edo Castle was a serious crime, and
Deploying drone.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
Blocking sight.
Stealing sight.
Scanning ahead. Reloading.
Spike down.
Have the
C.
spike. Spike drop.
Shadows till I have the spike. Planted. Scatter. Cover going out.
Finished.
You should run.
Kill.
Last player standing. Last round before the switch.
We lose everything after this. Spend it.
Sano is quickly arrested. His lands are seized, and he's ordered to commit seppuku, the samurai's bloody ritual of disembowelment. Back in his domain, Asano's family loses everything, and his samurai, now masterless, are left to find their way as ronin. Kira receives no punishment and gets off nearly scot-free with just a scar on his face. Now,
The hunt begins.
Enemy spotted A.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Friends killed.
Spike down A.
Where is everyone hiding?
I got the spike.
Removed. My ultimate is ready. Go.
It's going. Cage triggered.
Planted.
Cage triggered.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Bite you.
now, Kira was a prick, but he was no idiot. He knew that Asano had very loyal samurai
Switching
who would
sides.
probably try to defend the honor of their fallen lord, so he hires extra security and sends out spies and ninjas to track every move of the now masterless samurai. Over the next year, Asano's men seemed to move on with their lives the best they could. In this period of peace, there wasn't much demand for samurai, so they took up normal jobs. They became carpenters, blacksmiths, and merchants. The leader of Asano's men, Oishi, seemed to take the fall from grace exceptionally hard, and he began drinking heavily and visiting brothels in Kyoto. He even divorces his wife and sends his family away so he could be miserable alone. Another year passes, and much to Kira's relief, none of Asano's men seem to be interested in revenge. He reduces the number of guards at his home and assumes he's in the clear.
C.
Shadows traveling.
Yes.
Shadows traveling.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy
Flawless.
Huh. We crossed them. Spike one.
Strike at their weak points. If one link breaks, the rest will follow.
There.
But it turns out, Kira was dead wrong. As in the darkness of night on January 31st, 1703, 47 of Asano's former samurai quietly surround his home in Edo.
Coward.
Asano's men had in fact not...
There.
Cover going out.
Oops. Enemy spotted mid.
Neutralized.
One enemy remaining.
It is done.
If you're not a good shot today, don't worry. There are other ways to kill.
Not moved on. For 2 years, they had been secretly plotting their revenge against Kira and crafted an elaborate plan to defend the honor of their fallen master. Going their separate ways, taking up normal jobs, even Oishi, the actual leader of the group, acting like a drunk, was all part of an elaborate multi-year plan.
Stuck.
Cover going out.
Enemy spot.
Shadows traveling.
Reloading.
Do I see one?
One down.
Shadows traveling. Blinding.
Ah, chu.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Just let them try to catch me.
To fool Kira into letting his guard down. The group had stayed in contact the whole time through coded messages, and every detail of the night was planned and accounted for. Before the attack, the Ronin visit Kira's neighbors and tell them they're not burglars, simply samurai seeking to defend the honor of their fallen lord. There would be no danger for anyone.
Watch this!
Cover going out.
Give me those back. Someone's in attacker spawn.
Cover going out.
Night night. There. Enemy spotted mid.
Enemy and attacker
Blinding.
spawn. My ult's ready.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Shadows traveling.
One garage.
One enemy remaining.
One C long.
30 seconds left.
Anyone else. Unsurprisingly, all of Kira's neighbors hated him too, and no one did anything to stop them. The Ronin take out the perimeter guards, and Oishi sends
10
archers to
seconds
climb
left.
onto Kira's roof as
Spike
lookouts.
planted.
With everything in place, the assault begins. Oishi beats a drum to signal his men to attack, and a group under his command storm the front of the house, while another group led by his 16-year-old son storm the rear. Oishi's son breaks through first, but is quickly joined by Oishi's group. The house erupts into a bloody battle, with the Ronin cutting down Kira's guards left and right. Kira's men soon realize they're no match for these samurai, and they try to send messengers to the shogun, but anyone who leaves the house is quickly shot down by the archers on the roof. The Ronin subdue 38 men who are now either dead or seriously injured, but Kira himself is nowhere to be found. All hope seemed lost, until they check his bed. It's still warm, meaning Kira couldn't have gotten far. The men continue to search until they find a secret passage behind a scroll that leads outside. Inside a small storehouse in the courtyard, the Ronin find a man cowering in the corner with a small dagger who attacks them. The samurai quickly capture this man and call for
my way!
They will cower. The hunt begins.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out. Stay in sight.
Found them.
Spike planted. Last player
Oishi,
standing.
who, using the light of a lantern, finally sees the scar that Asano had left on Kira's head 2 years ago, confirming this man's identity. Oishi bends down to his knees and respectfully tells Kira that they're simply samurai who are fulfilling their duties to their master. He explains that they'll allow him an honorable death by seppuku and hands Kira the same dagger their fallen lord Asano had used to do the same. Kira just sits there trembling, and no matter how nicely Oishi asks him to get it over with, he does nothing. Eventually, realizing this was taking way too long, Oishi grabs the dagger and cuts off Kira's head himself. As the sun rises, the Ronin begin the 6-mile
Cover going out. My ultimate is ready.
Still in sight.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Down. My ultimate is ready. Cage trigger.
My quiver is never full.
I need this. Thank you.
journey with Kira's head to the tomb of their master at Sengakuji Temple. Along the way, word quickly
Shadows traveling.
Enemy spotted C. Multiple enemies C.
Spike down.
Still in
C.
sight.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted there.
Match point.
I know how this will end.
spreads through the city of what had just happened, and many townsfolk who are just waking up begin running outside cheering for the samurai and offering them gifts and food as they pass. The sleepless Ronin arrive at the temple and present Kira's head and Asano's dagger before their master's tomb.
Enemy spotted mid.
Shadows traveling.
Well destroyed.
Gone. Cover going out.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
80.
Cover going out.
Spike planted.
Watch them run. Blinding.
Defenders win.
Rest now. I will keep watch.
Fulfilling their final duty of defending his honor. They then turned themselves into authorities, knowing that the crimes they had committed would ultimately lead to their executions as well. The Shogun was now caught in a sticky situation. These Ronin were criminals, as they basically went on a murder rampage to kill one of his men. But they were also following the code of Bushido and defending the honor of their master. He ultimately decides that while the men needed to be punished, they could do so with dignity, and he allowed the Ronin to commit seppuku, a more honorable death. The Ronin were then interred in graves surrounding their master, which can still be visited today. Number 4. Genghis Khan and the Khwarezmid Empire. This last story is probably history's greatest example of f*** around and find out. And like most things involving Genghis Khan, the death toll in this revenge story is crazy, so let's get right into it. In 1218, Genghis Khan sends a caravan of 450 merchants and traders to the Khwarezmian city of Otrar, hoping to expand his trade network to the west. The merchants arrive and are immediately executed by the governor of the city, a man named Inalchuk, who then steals all of the goods brought by the merchants and sells them to members of high society in the city of Bukhara. One camel driver from the caravan manages to escape, and he returns to Mongolia to tell Genghis what had happened. Pissed off, but trying to keep his cool, Genghis sends another small group of diplomats, one Muslim and 2 Mongolians to the Shah Muhammad himself, the ruler of the Khwarezmian Empire, to negotiate peace. All the Shah has to do is let them take Inalchuk back to Mongolia for punishment and everything would be all good. But instead of giving up Inalchuk, the Shah Uno reverses the envoy and kills the Muslim diplomat. He then shaves the beard of the Mongolians, which was the ultimate form of disrespect in their culture, and sends them back to Genghis.
Match
Okay, let's
found.
see. Fuck around. Check. Now it's time to find out. Genghis is now furious, and he quickly raises an army of 200,000 men to crush Khwarezmia. They're not messing around, and the Mongolians attack multiple cities at once. 2 of Chengis's sons, Chagatai and Ogadai, lead a siege on Otrar to capture Inalchuk. And Genghis personally goes to Bukhara to punish those who had taken his goods. The Mongols use new siege weapons they collected in China, and soon the walls of Bukhara are destroyed, and Genghis rides into the heart of the city. Genghis loudly proclaims to the citizens that he was sent by God as punishment for their sins. He then orders his men to slaughter everyone in the city, only sparing artisans and craftsmen, which he took as slaves, and young able-bodied men, which he took as human shields for further battles. Meanwhile, his sons were busy at work trying to crack Otrar. After 5 months of suffering, a general within the city realizes it's hopeless and decides to defect with a few thousand of his men and join the Mongols. He opens the city gates and rushes to join his new Mongolian brothers. But it turns out the Mongols don't really like traitors no matter which side they're on, and they kill the general and his men themselves. With the gates wide open, they ride into Otrar and capture Inalchuk, who fights to the end, even throwing bricks and roof tiles as a desperate last attempt when he runs out of weapons. Some stories say that Inalchuk was brought to Genghis, and as punishment for his greed, he had his men pour molten silver into Inalchuk's eyes and ears. After this, Genghis and his forces went on to destroy every city in the Khwarezmian Empire. Shah Muhammad spends the rest of his life running from the Mongols until he dies of pneumonia on a tiny island in the Caspian Sea. At the end of this revenge tour, the Khwarezmian Empire was gone, and Genghis had massacred an estimated 15 million people. To put it in perspective, that's about the population of New York City, Los Angeles, and Chicago combined.
Number 1, the Marianne Bachmeier case.
Enemies in Norway? Hope they like getting hit by lightning. Go, go, go! I'm out of here. Go, go, go! Dropping smoke.
Revealing area.
Coming through! I'm out of here. Here.
Reloading.
Flag planted.
Take flight planted. Silence.
Refreshing.
One enemy remaining.
Dropping a smoke. You made a mess of yourself. I'm amped. Let's go. I got things to do. Guys, come on. All right, fuckers. Off we go. Gotta go.
Take flight.
Dropping smokes.
Enemy tagged.
I got the
Killer down.
spike.
Enemy spotted A.
There they are.
Down. Someone's a defender spawn.
Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy in defender spawn.
No peeking. You had it coming. Gotta go. Again.
Bad bro.
Chamber's going down. I'm out of here.
Scanning ahead.
Dropping smokes. Like this. Woo! Go, go, go.
Deploying. Enemy marked.
Next. My ult's ready. Spike planted. Have one of these.
Buried.
One enemy remaining.
Gotta go. No peeking. You're done.
Blink and they'll catch up. Stay alert.
I'm out of here.
Right here.
You can't catch us. Gotta go.
Reloading. Deploying drone.
Dropping smokes. I got the
Take it
spike.
out.
One enemy remaining.
Go, go, go.
Flawless.
What do you say, drone? Ready to stretch your wings? Track them down.
Go, go, go.
I have the spike.
This one's dropping smoke. I'm out of here. Yeah, catch. Too slow. Gotta go. Here.
Spike planted.
Lock in sight.
Shock dart. Enemy mark.
Last player standing.
Today, we continue on the 7th world in the TD mod, the mod that makes Plants vs Zombies much harder. Well, for our first level of today, welcome to level 7-3, where half the lawn is blocked by craters. With only half the space to plant our defense, we will have to break space-efficient defenders. The most obvious choice is Gloomshroom, as their high damage and infinite pierce will help us tear through Bucket-X screen door zombies fairly quickly. I guess if it wasn't obvious enough, Pumpkin is pretty damn good in this level since it doesn't take up any space. And I need to correct something I mentioned in my last video. It turns out that the random gimmicks I talked about in 7-1 and 7-2 actually apply to the entirety of World 7. So in each...
Enemy track.
Reloaded.
This way.
Multiple enemies A.
I got the spike. Here.
One enemy remaining.
Heaven.
My ult is ready.
Last player standing.
Back like I
Drop down.
Down A.
No peeking.
I have the spike.
Last player standing.
What's planted?
Not ready yet.
Drop in a smoke.
Each level, after the first flag, you either have your sight quickly drained,
Clutch.
a thunderstorm making it harder to see, or the game speeding up to double its usual pace and shorten slow durations. In this video, I'll be primarily focusing on the sped up version of each level since that's the easiest of the free gimmicks, but I'll be using the magic of editing to make it look like the game is running at normal speed. The reason I have to mention this now is that I was unaware of this in my first attempt of 7-3, and I got the gimmick that quickly drains our sun. You'll see how detrimental this was for us, especially because we have much fewer sunflowers than usual due to space limitations. Along with us losing a bunch of sun constantly, we also have to deal with Ender Hypno Coneheads that can up.
You want to play? Let's play.
I'm out of here. Dropping smokes.
Deploying drone.
I want to watch out.
You and me.
Spike drop.
Obliterate our Gloomshrooms if we just happen to get the one, which is a pretty big deal considering one unlucky moment can take out half our defense. Replanting a Gloomshroom isn't even a great solution since they cost a fortune to plant, especially in daytime. We still have a third of the level to go and we're going to be broke after replanting this Gloomshroom, so yeah, I think we've definitely lost here. If we don't have enough sun, we get Gloomshroom, since not precisely killing them can be game losing. Oh, but that isn't even the only problem we have in this level. That That's because the 3 possible gimmicks in World 7 obviously still apply to this level. So we have the Dark Stormy Night scenario, in the level where you already can't see your plants half the time, and can't even see the true location of most of the zombies. Plus, this level has Dolphin Riders,
Watch this. Here. Enemy spotted B.
Drop in a smoke.
Retrieve the spike. Give me those back. Give me those back.
which you can't even seem to block using lily pads, since you can't see where they are. Well, isn't this a fun experience for everyone? And if you thought you were still safe because you see a horde of zombies like 4,000
Last player
meters,
standing.
that's actually a little bit of a hallucination. Zombies are already on the final column and rip through the last of our defenses. The cherry on top of the conehead zombies that the catapult zombies spawn, which aren't even possible to stop because we didn't bring umbrella. So you know, it's just slightly difficult to defend off the zombies this level. As starters, we would never want to play this level while there's a thunderstorm. So I'm only going to be playing the weaker slowing plants version of this level. Now that allows me to see how we're losing, but literally half the plants are invisible. And you literally don't even see the zombies in the 3 bottom lanes, and the position of the zombies you can see aren't even where they are. So we have Dolphin Riders jumping over seemingly nothing, while just moments later the entire water lane is actually gone. Then we have to deal with the Jack-in-the-Box zombies, which they are first didn't exist. Somehow this little machine can kill any zombie you touch it.
Gotta go.
Deploying drone.
Reloading. Dropping smokes. I'm out of here.
Healing area. Enemy spotted A.
My turn.
There they are.
Last player standing.
Just no matter how many they are. So we can clean up any of the stragglers our gloom streams couldn't kill and proceed to the final wave. And thanks to Lawmore's disabling any new zombies from spawning into the top or bottom lanes, it meant I could beat everything in the final wave using just a cherry bomb.
I'm outta
Saved
here.
once again by video game logic. An unexpectedly tough level has been beaten on our second try using some perfectly balanced exploits. And it's time for the last level of World 7. We return to where it all began. Our front yard. A singular motionless Giga Gargantuar awaits us on the plant selection screen, and this is our final obstacle.
Reloading. Enemy spotted men. Drop in a smoke.
My ult is ready.
Enemy killed. Enemy spotted men.
Here we go.
Enemy marked.
No peeking.
It's the hunter!
Die.
Revealing area.
Spike planted. There. No peeking. Target down.
Player standing.
Oh, 1 HP.
Not ready yet.
Camera taken out.
The final level of World 7. Everything we've been through and all the bullshit we've gone up against, this is the finale. To beat this level, as the game says, is to simply kill the boss. The Giga Gargantuar that is sitting at the backmost column, which keeps changing the lane it's in.
Outside
Initially,
of this gig,
it looks pretty
immortality
harmless, but it has
doesn't have
plenty
as
of
many
abilities
day-to-day
up its
benefits
sleeve.
as you'd think.
In fact, it's already using its first ability, spawning triple stack gravestones all over the lawn to block us from planting. That makes Gravebuster one of the must-run plants here. Now I guess I should mention how much health it has since we have to kill it to win. According to the Almanac, this thing has 150,000 HP, which is almost as much as 4 Zombots combined.
Always works.
Well, the alternative is to beat the entire level without...
I got the spike.
Take flight.
Dropping smokes. Have one of these. Here, coming through. Go, go, go.
It's you and me.
Spike dropped.
Not again.
Shot down.
About killing the boss. which is probably not happening. Since the boss is actually just a Giga Gargantuar with a bunch of special abilities and a load of health, that means it still smashes anything in front of it, so planting on the 8th column is a pretty bad idea. But that is barely even a concern compared to the other abilities it has. Its second ability summons a large group of fudgy zombies, which is basically impossible to counter unless we run Umbrella Leaf. So that narrows down the options we have for this level even more. The gravestone spawning also gets more extreme as time goes on. Even as far as spawning graves on the first column, the boss can essentially remove anything was put on the lawn at will, making it difficult to effectively utilize upgrade plans with long cooldowns since we can't easily replace them. However, what if I told you that the abilities only got worse from here on out? The gravestone spawning is peanuts compared to the PvZ2 Zomboss charge, casually destroying 2 lanes of plants at once, but we can't use plant food and we also don't have a conveyor belt. Now, that's pretty fair and balanced, don't you think so? But of course...
What's this?
Take flight. Enemy
Fucking smokes.
revealing area.
Have one of these.
Last player standing.
It doesn't just have abilities to destroy our plants or summon zombies. It can also send a message to us and tell us to use an explosive plant to prevent the boss from healing up. Well, it would be nice to know that was a thing before wasting my cherry bomb earlier, because now the boss is healed up by 6,000 HP. That's healing up an entire Giga Gargantuar worth of hit points at once. With the boss destroying half our plants with graves and half of our plants again with the PvZ2 Zombot charge ability, I don't think I even stood a chance on my first run. I'm dead to just taunt zombies because I'm so lacking in firepower after most of my defense died. And I certainly didn't even come close to doing 150,000 damage to the boss. After learning my lesson from using Gatling Piece, I opted for more spammable plants like Free Peters and Chombers in my next attempt. The best plants are those you can plant a lot of to maximize damage across the lawn, and Free Peter fits that role perfectly as it has the fastest cooldown of any attacking plant. I might have also been a bit stupid last game, since I didn't use my instant kills on a boss as soon as they were off cooldown. We need as much damage as we can get onto the boss since there's...
Here. Help! Multiple enemies A. Here. Multiple enemies A.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
No peeking.
Last player standing.
Almost no way our attacking plants can deal 150,000 damage on their own. Now that we've partially addressed the damage output problem, we also need to ensure our plants stay on the board. Just watch as the sheer amount of some body piece completely obliterate the bottom lane. There's no way to block them because Pumpkin has such a slow cooldown. And it's not just the bottom lane. Every lane faces the same issue. I think you can see the problem here. In addition to that, the boss can also summon 2 Jack-in-the-Box zombies that, from what I observed, have infinite health. I didn't even know this was a thing because I never used this ability in my first run, so I lost 2 lanes just like that. And remember that all it takes to kill us is 1 enraged bungee zombie which can kill everything on the lawn at once. Oh.
Drop in a smoke.
Why destroyed?
And the boss can also change the lawn to the Zen Garden, so I can't even plant anything because I don't have flower pots.
Last player
To make sure we
standing.
lose even faster, it sends in 2 more Jack-in-the-Box zombies. Now that, folks, is what's called the most fair boss of all time. Instead of Pumpkin, Walnut is more suitable for this level, so our defenses don't just completely die to pea-shooter zombies. While it recharges, I don't even know why I bother playing a tower defense game if the boss can literally just instantly disintegrate all your towers with no way of stopping it from doing so. If you even try to consider instant kill cycling and stalling to kill the boss, some calculations will indicate how practically impossible this is to achieve. Each explosive only deals 1800 damage, which is only 1.2% of the boss's health. Even with all 4 instant kills and Potato Mine, it would still take 19 cycles of spending all our instant kills on it to win. That is assuming all our instant kills land on the boss.
My camera is destroyed. Tripwire destroyed after now. My eyes are better than yours.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
Feeling ready. There they are.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Brand new that one. No peeking. We get a pick. We move in. Got it?
And it doesn't heal at all. That is why we unfortunately have to skip this level as well. Skipping over 3 levels in one video is less than ideal.
No peeking. Help.
It's you and me.
You had your fun. My turn. Drop in a smoke.
My eyes are down.
Last player standing.
Like
Last
I
player
never
standing.
left. Alright, lucky socks. Don't fail me now. Gotta go.
But we do have to move on to see what else the mod offers eventually. And now for the 8th world of Total Death Edition. Buddy, those zombies are still relentlessly attacking. They have further strengthened their attack. After this level, zombies will begin attacking on the Blood Moon roof. And alright, that was all you got to say. Let's see what this level is. Hey yo, what the? Welcome to World 8, or rather, Level 1-1. Technically, a lie. There is no World 8. The last 3 worlds in this mod typically refer to the first 30 levels of the second adventure, which have all been changed. The first thing to note is that every basic zombie from this point onwards has 345 health, which is about 50% more than what they had in the But the true reason why the modder didn't just add 3 more worlds and instead change the first 30 levels of Adventure 2
Drop in a smoke. Right here. Right here. Not ready yet.
Standing ahead.
Spike planted.
No peeking. Right here. Here! Down! Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing.
is to allow us to finally unlock Wintermelon, Top Cannon, and Imitator from the shop. The next 30 levels were designed with these plans in mind, so they will be even more challenging than whatever the hell we've already been going through. Now back to level 1-1. I'll just call it level 8-1 for clarity's sake, since this level is not the same as the original level 1-1, despite there being only basic zombies. World 8, unlike World 7, does not have a world common gimmick. Each level is unique in a sense. For the first level, the game spawns a squash zombie and a balloon zombie in the middle lane every 0.5 seconds. Well, welcome to the level where you can't even see half the time. which is somehow not even the worst level we have today, which is quite remarkable. Now, considering the only thing that actually happens in this level besides the squash zombies, the balloon zombies, or basic zombies spawning, we can actually defend all the other lanes by just spamming blowovers.
Where is everyone?
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted A.
Last player standing.
No PK.
Clutch. Match point.
I'm over them.
And the only thing we have to do is to place our sacrificial plants into the middle lane to kill off all the squad zombies and protect our cacti. Yeah, it's a pretty boring level for the first level of World 8. The final wave is, as you may expect, also just a bunch of basic zombies. So Plover was able to take them down easy. Now,
I'll show
just
them.
you wait and see what the rest of this world has to offer. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it. Is it finally here? Buddy, listen. It is now the blood moon. When the blood moon rises, zombies will become very excited. During the blood moon rising, Doomshroom will take a lot of damage.
Scanning
You're
ahead.
on your own.
Spike planted. Last player standing. Attackers win.
Welcome to World 8, the Blood Moon. Though its name would imply that this world would be set at nighttime, it's actually daytime since you can see Coffee Bean is available on the plant selection screen. Seeing as we have finally unlocked Cob Cannon, Wintermelon, and Imitator, you may think that levels will get easier from this point onwards. But the mod takes this as an opportunity to make the game even harder, like how basic zombies now have 38% more health, and there will be new zombies. Meet Sunflower Zombie, which spawns 3 graves stacked on top of each other every 4 seconds. We're pretty much never getting rid of all the graves at this rate. It also has as much health as a Buckethead, so it will take a beating to kill. But we now have Cob Cannon, which can instantly kill it.
Match found.
However, watch closely what the Cop Shot hits when it lands. I was as confused as you were when I first saw the Cob Cannon, since it now only hits 2 lanes instead of the usual 3 lanes. That's not to mention Kernel Pole is also more expensive. These guys got hella nerfed. The explosion radius nerf meant that we can no longer kill all the backup dancers from a dancing zombie in 1 Cop Shot, so I knew I was majorly screwed after a dancing zombie came and I had just used the Doomshroom in the wave previous. The first adjustment to our loadout is to use Ice Shroom instead of Walnut, which freezes the dancing zombies in place so we can hit them with our Cob Cannon. Or we could just kill it with Doomshroom. Or we could just waste our Doomshroom thanks to the Sunflower Zombies. Great. Not only can the gravestones kill our plants just like that, but they prevent us from planting on the frontmost tiles, greatly reducing the effectiveness of Doomshroom. By the way, there's like a few hundred gravestones here, so I don't think we're ever getting rid of them. But that's like barely a concern when we compare that to the grave ambushes on flags. So prepare your eyes for what is a truly glorious sight of about several hundred zombies spawning all at once, which surprisingly actually has other consequences other than just being extremely difficult on the gameplay scale. Yup. And the game just crashed. Well, that's nice. So the game crashes. Yeah, turns out if there are about 200 gravestones and 200 zombies on the screen at once, the computer can't handle it and the game kills itself. That's certainly one way we can lose. Well, if Cop Cannon could not handle that, it's time to bring out Wintermelon to see what it can do to mitigate this madness, which as you can see, costs us 300 instead of 200 sun. This is because they now briefly freeze the zombies in hits, an insane buff. But as a trade-off, Wintermelons also only fire once every 4 seconds. Just to illustrate how slow this is, Flower Pot's cooldown is faster than the fire rate of the Wintermelon. Because of that, it's not always better to upgrade to Wintermelon since it reduces the overall damage output. But it's pretty good against Sunflower Zombies because they can't spawn graves while they are frozen. But despite being splash damage plants, Melon Bolts on their own are actually terrible this level. Since the Grave Ambush on the first flag spawns so many basic zombies, it cop blocks our melons from hitting the Sunflower Zombies in the back. We can survive against the Grave Ambush fort, but I'll let you guess what happens if you leave a bunch of Sunflower Zombies unchecked and spawn a bunch of graves. Yeah, the game crashes again. Only something as absurd.
Player standing.
Sorted.
Spike planted.
Drop in a smoke. You know what we should do? I'll tell you. We should win.
Absurd as preventing the game from crashing can be a level objective in the TD mod. This makes something typically useless in the base game like Imitated Bravebuster suddenly a legitimate pick to protect against the game from crashing. Does it work though? Well, as you may expect, spending 2 slots on plants that provide no strategic value at all.
There.
Grenade!
Doesn't really help much. We can't beat the level if we just let Melon Pulse die, so clearly this is not the answer. But restarting was probably the best play we could have made there because of something someone pointed out in chat.
Spike planted.
What? What the f— Yeah, as if this mod couldn't get weirder. Apparently you can imitate upgrade plants now? As if this mod— What?
We know more than we did before.
What the— Yeah, as if this mod couldn't get weirder. Apparently you can imitate upgrade plants now, allowing us to do stuff that was never possible before, like having 2 winter melons in 1 loadout. What's even more confusing is that each different imitated plant has a different cooldown. For example, imitated wintermelon has a cooldown 10 seconds shorter than the regular wintermelon, adding a whole new layer of complexity of what plants to choose, because sometimes you want to imitate a plant
Enemy spotted B.
One enemy remaining.
Grenade!
Last player standing.
My ultimate is ready.
Mahal kali tao niya.
They messed up. Now we keep them down.
even if you're not trying to duplicate a seed packet. And by the way, I only realized this when editing this video, so please don't flame me in the comments for not using the imitated version of plants later on in this video. But using imitated winter melon
Spike planted.
Reloading. Someone is B.
No peeking. Grenade! Satchel out. Satchel out. Reloading. Bomb out. Nathan,
The fun begins!
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Balance may have actually backfired, as I ended up spending most of my stun on them instead of Brave Blasters. So the game crashed before the first flag even appeared. Oops. But there is another upgrade plan that is much better when imitated. Clock Cannons. Since they are instant kill generators, the earlier we plant them, the more value we can get from them. And the more instant kills we have available at any time, the faster we can kill off the sunflower zombies, meaning the fewer graves that will end up spawning. More importantly, using Imitator allows us to get 8 Cop Cannons before the first flag, so we can instantly detonate all the zombies from the grave ambush.
Right here.
my ult's ready.
I'll have my eyes on tripwire destroyed. Tripwire destroyed.
Reloading.
Careful here.
Someone is
There. In a smoke.
Flashbang.
Satchel out.
Last player standing. Spike planted. Long.
Just while still having enough explosives in the bank to defend the upcoming waves. However, remember that once dolphin riders enter the water and ride on their dolphin, they become invulnerable. So if we don't kill them before that, we are royally screwed against the golden dolphin riders, which will destroy our entire water lane. And against dancing zombies, we have to preemptively launch our cop shot before we even see them if we want to not waste additional shots at the backup dancers. This level is going to need some insane precision if we want to beat it. Now, if you did everything correctly and killed all the dancing zombies properly, like I did in my next run, which required quite a bit of focus, then comes the...
Go get him.
Force suppressed.
Spike down B.
Flashbang.
Reloading.
It's you and me.
Grenade! Back like I never left.
One enemy remaining.
You had your fun. My turn.
One enemy remaining.
Reyna, the offer stands. Take whatever life you get.
For me. She deserves it. Ready to buy.
the actual part of the level. Halfway between the first and second flag, a message will tell us that the blood moon is now rising. During the blood moon, dancing zombies have a 50% chance to revive themselves, and dolphin riders can use their dolphin jump twice, while all plants in the water lane take passive damage from the depths of hell. That
Watching here. Bomb buddy out. Grenade. Satchel up. Adapt or die.
Flash.
Reloading.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Reloaded.
surrounded by minha família. We won't lose.
That's not even all. The Blood Moon also gives every zombie a double speed boost. Holy sh**, was I underprepared for this absolute slaughter of our defense, and we didn't even stand a chance against that. Is there even a way to counter the Blood Moon Rising? Well, you could just bring in more instant kills to get extra coverage, but it's still down to our...
Nowhere to run!
Drop in a smoke. Here! Enemy spotted B. Careful here.
Thirty seconds left.
Grenade! Satchel out. Satchel out. In a smoke.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
RNGs is whether you get to live or lose the game most of the time. Even if I hadn't been screwed by RNGs there, we still wouldn't have lived because the game crashed the wave right after, since there were too many waves again. How the hell are you supposed to counter the dancing zombies just randomly reviving itself sometimes? Game mechanics like these are not even a matter of difficulty scaling anymore, and are only meant to artificially increase the difficulty rating. And if I somehow find a way to resolve the Blood Moon dancing zombies, I still haven't considered how to not crash against Sunflower zombies spawning too many gravestones. This level is just absolutely horrific. So is there a loadout that allows us to beat both the Sunflower and dancing zombies? Well, one way to do that is to throw away our Gravebuster and instead bring in...
Go get it.
Deploy destroyed.
Careful here.
30 seconds left.
Grenade!
Spike planted.
Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Still in sight.
Last player standing. Clutch.
I'll survive a dent or two. Can't say the same for you fragile humans.
Can I get a drop?
Imitated Ice Shroom. The way this works is we're basically saying Ice Shroom can prevent more graves from being spawned in the first place compared to how many graves Gravebuster can remove. Now I know this sounds stupid because no imitator cop cannon means we can only have 4 by the first flag instead of the usual 8, so we would probably just get overrun by the sheer number of zombies. But if we had enough Ice Shrooms prepared,
It's you and me.
Mid.
Deploy destroyed.
Adapt or die! Satchel out. Satchel out. You had your fun. My turn.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Reloading. If I power down, they start me. You leave me for scrap, I'll kill you.
Then we should be able to theoretically stall for long enough before it becomes a problem. But we only have so many ice rooms that we can use before we simply run out because of their slow recharge speed. And it ain't pretty because we now have to overspend on defense since we don't have enough cop cannon shots to kill every zombie. And then, oh wait, turns out you don't have infinite sun. And you can kiss your ass goodbye now because there's no way one Twin Sunflower will generate enough sun for you.
Bomb buddy out.
Camera taken out.
See ya!
Careful here.
My ult.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Okay,
Gotcha.
take a break, guys.
The hell is this?
Last round before the switch.
Don't be cheap.
The hell is that shit?
It's gone.
The fuck is that shit? Answer me, God.
Need a drop. Thank you.
Hindi ni dekat. The fuck is this?
Let's make some chaos.
Suppressor. Full suppressed.
Okay.
Careful here.
No peeking. Dropped. I want of these. Satchel out.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
No peeking.
Switch. Spike planted. Switching sides.
They're going to scatter from my stuff.